Yeah, I mean, when we're playing from behind, they're just chomping at the bit to tee off on us. In the pass rush and in the run game, there's a lot we have to prove in the run game. It's not pretty right now. We're not going to run from that. We've got to really identify where we're going to be in the run game, what we're going to hang our hat on, who we're going to run behind. I mean, there's a lot of that going on that we got to really sort out and identify our problems and be able to correct them on the run and during the course of the week.
A lot of people say that Zach should get canned, but another year on his deal and the cheap old man. Zach looked okay with his QB start, but the backup Jake can't take him very far. Running into crowds with no real plan. Little Chase Brown doing the best that he can. Zachy said, hey, yo Jake, maybe try through the air. Jake throws it up for grabs without even a care. So, oh yeah, the season's lost, but can't make moves without considering the cost. And oh yeah, the season's done, but can't criticize Zach cause of 2021.
Welcome to the number one Bengals podcast. I am your host, Eddie McDuke. I'm joined as always by Dr. Hoji, the electric emoji. And you heard him on those beautiful vocals telling us that, yes, indeed, the Bengals season is over. And they have a winning record.
Yeah, but John Bengal Mellencamp that time.
Yes.
Not Cougar.
Yes. So, really, Dr. Hoji, look at where we are now.
I think all Bengals fans kind of are familiar with this feeling. It's like an old smell. And you know when that smell comes, something's wrong because you've smelled it before. And you go to trace the source of that smell. You say, is it here? Is it me? Is it what is it? But I smelled it before, but I can't place it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the smell of failure. And get used to it because you're going to smell like that forever. And that's my
failure in our case smells a lot like mock turtle soup, like Brown's favorite dish. But here's the thing, Dr. Hoji.
Yeah.
Okay, defense looks okay. I know we got blown out 48-10.
No, they were holding in there, and they had a lot of energy.
Yeah. I mean,
the boys played that. But you know, as John Sheeran has told us, any defense will get fatigued if the offense doesn't score.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Jake Browning. A lot of people are like, "Hey, this guy, he just steps in to Zach Taylor's system. Hey, maybe he's more." He's willing to run the ball more and play action, traditional, I formation. And, Joe Burrow is too stubborn and he wants to, be out of shotgun and he just wants to make the big play every time. Joe Burrow is the problem. Yeah. That was what people were actually saying. Even some co-hosts on this show.
I know.
But now we see Jake Browning goes out there and this man, he has a screw loose in his head. He has something where he does not have the ability to regulate his emotions or kind of process things. He's like, oh, they put the football in my hands, I guess I gotta throw this thing. It's like hot potato. He just throws it without looking.
I know.
And he has 5 interceptions in 6 quarters. He leads the league. And the guy has not played that much. So
he hasn't, but Daddy, I think it's fair to ask a question.
Yeah.
Since it sounds to me like you're doing what you always do, which is to pin the blame directly on the shoulders of poor Zach Taylor. And let's not joke around about it. You wrote the lyrics to that John Mellencamp song that I sung. So let's just put it out there. Why is it that Zach takes the blame for the losses but doesn't get the credit for the wins? Especially the 2 wins that we had where Burrow was underperforming. And Zach was doing everything he could to pull those games pretty much out of his hat. Why does he only get credit for the one loss? And of course he's going to be bad coming back from an injured top QB.
I mean, it's kind of like this. It's like if someone is a smoker, right? But, they also are successful at their job. It's like, hey, why do we blame the smoking for his health problems, but we don't give it credit, when he makes a lot of money at work. Because Joe Burrow is the guy who's doing the good stuff. So Joe Burrow is like, in this analogy, he's the guy's genes, he's his whatever, his exercise, his other food.
This is so complex.
But Zach Taylor is the guy who's holding
So
Joe Burrow back.
can we just
because
slow down
he
here?
has
Can we
the
just
most
slow down? No.
predictable-
I just want to understand. Joe Burrow is actually part of Zach Taylor's DNA in this scenario.
No, because you're saying because Zach Taylor has had success? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because you're saying he's the genes.
This is a really complicated analogy, you're right. But I will say that right now, we are in a situation where people are saying, hey, do we get Jameis Winston? Do we get Cincinnati native Russell Wilson? Do we trade for him?
Yes.
Because, one thing about Russell Wilson.
Wait, Russell Wilson from Cincinnati?
Yeah, he was born in Cincinnati.
Wow.
Yeah.
But don't the Giants need him?
Here's the thing about Russell Wilson. Let me just tell you why I'm excited.
Tell me.
He basically now his game is just chucking it up there for these moon balls, as they call them, these deep passes.
Yeah.
And he's kind of a shorter QB, and he doesn't do the other stuff so good. He reminds me a lot of Jeff Blake, basically.
He does.
But it's Jeff Blake with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Oh, my goodness. Sign me up.
But hold on. Why would the Giants give him? Don't the Giants need him?
The Giants do not need him. They have about 4 other quarterbacks that they have signed.
But he's the
drafted.
starting quarterback, is he not?
Well, it doesn't really mean that much in that situation. I mean, they signed a 1-year deal, probably like $5 million. I mean, they didn't pay him that much money. They can move on from him very quickly. But I just want to say they got to do something.
And what would you give the Giants to get Russell Wilson?
You can give him anything you want. It's
Well,
really
give me an
it's
example.
good.
What would you give him? They watch
you
this
could-
show.
You could give him, I don't know, I don't know. What do I guess like a 5th round pick, 6th round pick, easily.
Okay.
Yeah. But listen, we try on this show to have people who actually watch football and understand the games on for at least a portion of the show.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Hoji, I'm thinking we bring in our very special guest. What do you think?
I think first we should talk about who he is.
Well,
Because
sure.
I don't think people know how special he is.
I don't think anybody on our show knows.
This is a
because they
man
don't-
who lives 1 mile in the sky.
Yes,
He lives sky high.
he does. And he actually does have. I found him because, as you know, everybody knows, last week we won all these awards. Best podcast. Since that Bengals podcast, we were top 5, I believe, in the world for Bengals podcast. And then we were at the top 25 Cincinnati podcast overall. We have a lot of awards that we're getting.
And who's giving us these awards? Because
That's the thing. They come from all over the world.
All over the world. Wow.
Yeah, South Asia, everywhere. But
see, boys and girls, other people are getting their shows canceled. Meanwhile, we are getting awards.
we're getting awards. But this gentleman, he has one. I was Googling best Broncos podcasts.
Yeah.
And this was like the first name that came up.
Oh, show me.
DNVR podcast.
DNVR.
DNVR podcast. And his name is Mr. Henry. Hold on. Because obviously everybody knows his name. But it is Henry Chisholm. And I apologize if I didn't say that right. But our intern is still on the summer break. But so I want to bring him on the show so we can actually talk intelligibly about this upcoming game against the Denver Broncos, which is going to be big. It's on Monday night. It's in Denver. And we have a lot of history with the Broncos. Where,
I bet you it gets bumped.
I don't think the Monday night one can, but we will know once we bring Henry on. Henry, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. How's it going?
Welcome, Henry.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you. So,
By the way,
listen,
been to Denver, loved it.
It's a great place. I still haven't been to Cincinnati. I heard about the Skyline Chili, but other than that, I don't have much of a frame of reference here.
Well, that's kind of. There's the Skyline Chili. There's the.
There's a
Baker's
lot.
Ice cream.
Henry, you're gonna love Cincinnati.
Okay.
It's kind of like the North and the South meeting, and it's got this Ohio River running through it. That's beautiful. You're close enough to the Appalachian Mountains, so you're going to see some of that beautiful, beautiful scenery that you only get in this area of the world or that area of the world. Yeah. And just the friendliest people this side of the Mississippi, really.
Really, yes. Mr. Chisholm. Am I saying the name right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Can you say it?
Chisholm.
Oh,
Chisholm.
I like that.
Well, that's not how he was saying it at all.
I mean, it's close enough.
Well,
and with his accent, it was
it's hard to hear anything, I know. Yeah.
Chisholm. Mr. Chisholm. Did I say that?
Yes.
That's good. Yeah. So, Henry. I'll just call you Henry.
Yeah, I think so.
Henry, look, the Broncos, okay, last year they got hot.
Yeah.
It was the Bengals and the Broncos trying to make the playoffs. Bengals had an epic game, the T. Higgins game. Broncos were really, really, upset about that. But then they go the next week and they beat the Kansas City Chiefs, who were resting their starters and their second stringers and their coaches and their mascots. And they were resting their fans as well. And the Broncos beat them. And so the Broncos get in the playoffs. Very upsetting for us. But that was a very recent Broncos team. But if you go back further, I remember in 2015, when it was the Bengals and the Broncos trying to get the number 2 seed, we had A.J. McCarron in overtime. He fumbled, but we almost got that number 2 seed. We ended up getting in the first round. We got the Steelers, very ugly game, and you know how that ended.
Sadly.
But our paths have crossed. I also remember one more Broncos thing, recent memory, was that Peyton Manning's downfall happened against the Bengals on Monday nights, where he threw those interceptions to Drake Kirkpatrick. That's when he had his senior moment, as they call it, and started to fall apart. So,
but how much has changed, Henry? Tell me about Bo Nix. One thing I like about Bo Nix is that he yells at his coach. And as a QB coach myself, I know that's a sign of a good quarterback.
Absolutely. I mean, who doesn't love to see that? Now, my favorite part is every time Bo Nix and Sean Payton yell at each other, they then tell everybody that they weren't actually yelling at each other.
I know.
And that actually it's really loud at an NFL stadium. And so the only way to talk to somebody is to scream. But yeah, no, they love to yell at each other. I have a feeling there will be some more yelling on the way because things aren't going so great for the Denver Broncos offense at the moment, and for Bo Nix in particular. So if you like watching the yelling, you're gonna have a lot of fun on Monday.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I live for it. And are you happy with how things are going with Bo? I mean, are you guys think he's the answer to your prayers?
I think those are two different questions. I think the first question, are you happy with Bo? At the moment, no. It's been a tough few weeks. Nobody's all that happy. I think the people over at Pro Football Focus, they say that he's the worst quarterback in the NFL so far this season, which, of course, isn't what you want to be hearing about your quarterback. Is he the future? I think the general consensus is yes. He's going to get things figured out. While he isn't the youngest of men, he is fairly inexperienced as an NFL quarterback. And so, a little bit of a slow start. I hate to break this news to you, but people think that this Monday night football game could be the game that gets him on track.
Well, I know because they're favored 71% for the Broncos. So, do you think that the QB position is the weakest link that the Bengals are going to face? I mean, what's the weakest link? What can you really expose? And don't worry, because the Bengals coaching staff does not watch our show because we're constantly insulting them.
Great. Yeah. I think that is probably right. I hadn't thought about it that way, but that is probably the weak link right now. Because you look at the receivers, potentially weak link. If Evan Ingram isn't right there, I guess the tight ends could really be the weak link too. Offensive line, that's where the Broncos kind of hang their hat. Unfortunately, it's not playing all that well, but the talent is there. And running back was the weak link coming into the season, but now J.K. Dobbins is on pace to have the most rushing yards of any Broncos running back since 2003 Clinton Portis. Pretty good. So I hadn't thought about it that way, but I would say at this point, the Broncos might have 3 weak links on offense. Bo Nix is undoubtedly one of them.
Henry, I'll tell you what. In every Bengals game I've seen, the Bengals perform the worst when the pass rush of the opposing team is strong.
Yes.
How
you guys were getting to Justin Herbert. You guys were getting to that line.
Yes, it sounds like you guys have a good pass rush. Is that right?
A very good pass rush.
That sucks.
Last year the the Broncos had 9 more sacks than any other NFL team. So pretty good. And then they bring everybody back. So it's basically the same group, and they've lived up to the hype again this year. I'm actually not sure what they're on pace for But I would imagine they're now on pace for more than the 63 sacks they had last year.
Wow.
Nick Benito had 2 last week. He's pretty good. So yeah, they're going to be getting to the quarterback. I've heard that this quarterback is not as fragile as a Joe Burrow. Am I correct?
You just pushed the button, Henry.
Did I push the button?
So Henry,
yeah.
first of all, I totally
Yes.
agree. I totally agree. Joe Burrow is a great quarterback. He's one of the best ever, but he's injury prone. He's fragile. But Daddio, that is a hot button issue. He is in denial, and it ain't a river in Egypt, as they say.
Well, Joe Burrow is not fragile. Joe Burrow has been hit like 40 more times than Andrew Luck was hit through his first, for this point in his career, in terms of games played.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's been hit a lot. He's been behind terrible offensive lines. He's never had a running game. He's never had a real offensive system. All he's had is those receivers, and it's been him against, all these defenders in his face every single play. The guy gets hit so much, it's really just a matter of mathematics. But
Henry,
I want to
can
say,
I
look,
counterpoint, Henry. Every time he's gotten hurt recently, it hasn't been a massive hit. It's been a twist in the ankle or a twist in the knee or something
That
that's
was
happened
not a twist
on the on the.
Okay, so you had a 400-pound man fall on his wrist. Okay. And
I'm a 400-pound man, and I always sleep on my wrist.
Yeah,
every night I sleep on my own wrist. I put it under my head like a pillow.
Now try throwing a football.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The thing about Joe Burrow is he carries the offense and the defense.
Yeah, well,
His
how?
leadership.
How does a quarterback carry the defense?
Good question.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Because
see, this is the cultish behavior, Henry, that we're dealing with.
No,
our
They
Lord
said
and Savior Joe Burrow.
No.
This is what
The
we're dealing
defense.
with.
The defensive players said during the Super Bowl run, they're like, we know we can go out there and make a play because we know our quarterback is going to capitalize on it. They were emboldened. They were, they felt like they could beat any team, the defense, and that confidence to go out there and make that big plays. Because remember, if that run to the Super Bowl, they were making a lot of big plays. They weren't like, keeping people under 200 yards or anything.
Okay.
They were making big interceptions, big sacks, big hits, and it was because they're like, that Joe Burrow guy, I want to be like him. He is
like him.
Yes. Listen, let me just say
fragile.
something.
Henry. This is the people's court. And you are the judge. The plaintiff, me, the defendant, Daddio, Henry from Denver, the judge. You tell me, is it time for the Cincinnati Bengals to consider moving on from Joe Burrow, yes or no? He's been injured for 2 of the 6 seasons.
I'm sorry, Henry. I had to censor that. We can't say that on this show. We can't talk about moving on from Joe Burrow. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I have to censor.
Well,
I mean, look, a lot of people are
point-
anti-censorship, but sometimes you just got to do it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, at some point you have to do it. And if at some point you decide you have to have the conversation, please give us in Denver a call. Because as much as we love and believe in our young duck quarterback, if there was a swap in the cards, maybe we could talk that one out.
Well, like you said, how do I show this where we can actually see it?
I think we see the important part.
Okay, hold on.
Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Number 6 quarterback in the NFL? Is that what that says?
There's no way. Come on, let's be honest.
Just here we
Come on.
go.
Let's not dream.
And we're almost there. Boom. That's the
36.
So, Bo Nix is the worst quarterback in the NFL, and you see how Broncos fans are defending him. And we have Joe Burrow, who's the greatest quarterback, objectively speaking, in the NFL. Poor guy.
Wait, where does it say Joe Burrow is the greatest on this chart?
You have to keep scrolling up, just to scroll up.
Scroll up.
But I can't do that right now. I'm doing a show. But he basically, Joe Burrow, we've seen what he can do. We've seen how he can carry an offense. We've seen how he can make a coach the competence when the coach clearly, he's an offensive coach. Hey, you know what just happened today is Zach Taylor's right-hand man, Brian Callahan, Tennessee Titans head coach, he handed over play calling duties because guess what? You know what the worst offenses in the league are? Oh, it's the Bengals and the Titans. What a funny coincidence that the worst are the Zach Taylor and Zach Taylor protege. Because these guys they're frauds.
Well, what about the Rams being there as one of the best?
Zach Taylor protege. I didn't say Sean McVay protege.
Zach Taylor is a Sean McVay protege.
Zach Taylor.
This is
had a
called being
job.
very selective. This is
Zach
called being
Taylor-
very
no,
selective.
he had a job with Sean McVay. He had
Okay.
a job
Yeah.
because Sean McVay, he did not want any sort of job insecurity. So he brought in a guy who clearly ownership, when they look at, they say, "Wow, Sean McVay really knows his stuff compared to
You're
this
just
guy."
telling stories that you.
No,
I mean,
I'm
the
reporting.
connection
I'm a
between
reporter.
the
I'm a
connection
reporter.
between Callahan and Zach Taylor is as strong as the connection between Zach Taylor and Sean McVay.
Listen, first and second downs. The Cincinnati Bengals.
Did you
if
just change
look
the
at
picture?
I'm providing facts and data. You are just giving opinions. But if you look, Henry, please, you can ignore him. You can ignore, yeah, he just. But if you look at the facts, you have offensive EPA per play and defensive EPA per play there. Okay. Offensively, we are the very worst on first and second down. And it's because Zach Taylor will run the ball right into a crowd every single time on first down. We get into second long, third and long. Passing, we have obviously the worst passing.
Is this all from this year, from 3 games?
This is all. There's a lot of data out there to support this.
This is from 3 games, right?
This is from 3 games. Now imagine what it
games.
looks like after the rest of the
Okay, but we watched
However
those
many
3
games.
games. We watched those 3 games, and anybody who's watching games 1 and 2 knows that Burrow was off even before he was injured.
Henry, we should probably move on. I feel like we should move on.
Your show, I'll do anything.
Henry, help me, save me. Can I be on your show instead of on his show?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think we can give that one a run.
let's
You
do
heard
it.
Henry say, he said, we love Bo Nix, he's the future, and he would trade him. This is not
He'd trade the worst quarterback in the NFL for a
DNVR
top.
podcast is the top podcast about the Broncos. He is speaking on behalf of the Broncos organization.
That's true. He's royalty.
He's saying, write it up. Let's trade Bo Nix for Joe Burrow. I'll give you another 5 first-round picks, whatever it takes. And he's saying Bo Nix is his future. So that should tell you everything. And Joe Burrow is older. He's had, 18 knee surgeries. He's had, he has a new wrist. He has a
He's
fake
a great
wrist.
quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but he's going to do better on another team.
Yeah, of course he will. But do
Yeah.
you care about other teams? We don't care.
No, if you had the Lamar, if you had the Lamar type quarterback on the Bengals, it would work.
If you had a Lamar type quarterback on the Bengals, that poor man, he would be so abused and his body would be screaming for him to retire. That's what would have happened. Lamar Jackson is
Henry said
such
it.
a product. He's such a product of the system.
Henry,
So it's tough to know whether he's. He's not fragile. We'll start there.
No,
I think
he doesn't get hit like Joe
No,
Burrow.
it's very rare that he gets. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson gave him that one big one last night from the blind side, but it's pretty rare. But I think some of that is that he's pretty elusive, right? I think we can all agree. Lamar Jackson, elusive
Wait
guy.
a second. Their running
No?
game. Look at their running game.
Yes.
I mean, come on. He does.
the
I mean,
Are you
running game is
saying-
good because they never know if it's going to be the running back or it's going to be Lamar.
because Todd Monk or whatever his name is,
That's it. Yeah.
he can actually mix run and pass effectively.
No.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Henry
a tough
agrees.
one. I will say this: if somebody was offering the Broncos either Derrick Henry or Chase Brown, that one's a pretty easy decision, right? You go Derrick Henry.
It's not
Okay,
just
what
Derrick
if-
Henry.
what
I
if
think
they were
Chase
offering
Brown, I think
Henry-
Chase Brown on the Ravens would get 1,500 yards.
Henry.
15. Oof.
Overall yards.
Henry. What if you had to choose between Lamar or Joe Burrow for the Broncos? Who do you pick?
Wow. So that's an interesting one because you have to think it's Sean Payton, the head coach, a guy who likes to scheme things up, a guy who wants a quarterback who just sits back there and executes. I think Joe Burrow would be a pretty good fit for what Sean wants to do. Now, there's also a guy who's won a couple MVPs and probably should have won another. And you look at what Lamar Jackson's done, I guess playoffs, not much
He's
not
bad in
much
the
different.
playoffs.
And you have the great run from Burrow, and that probably separates them. I think I would go with
Burrow.
Lamar.
Listen. We really are running out of time. We can't have these random debates on the show. Obviously, I can't censor my guess. That would look really bad.
Yeah, that's very
That would
rude.
look bad.
That's
That would
very
look
rude.
Listen, Henry. thank you for coming on the show. I
Really.
have to remind you that
Thank
I
you for
am-
bringing a touch of sanity to an insane world, Henry.
Thank you.
Listen,
I
Did
like
you know
mountain people. I do. Where I'm from, people in the mountain, they knit things. They have a lot of goats. I'm sure that's true for you. I love
Yes,
it.
no, I'm
Just-
actually originally from Montana, and that's all
There
we
we
do.
go.
Just goat. Usually we knit things out of the goats.
There you go. And drink the goat milk, right? I'm vegan.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's all
so
I
I
drink.
don't. Yeah, perfect.
so Henry, let's just get to the preview or prediction of the actual game. How's this game going to
Yeah.
play out? Who's your player of the game? What's the final score? Go.
Go.
Well, let's start with the player of the game. Actually, we got to start by saying I do think the Broncos are going to win. I think there's a reason that they're the biggest favorite of the week over in Vegas, the sports books. And I think the player of the game, I'll go with J.K. Dobbins. I think that the Broncos are going to be running the football. I think they want to run the football, and I think they faced a couple of tough defenses to make it tough to run the football. I think this is the week they try to get it going. So I'll go J.K. Dobbins, player of the game. I did just go back and watch that your guys' game from last week, and we don't need to dig too deep into that, but I think that's part of the reason there's some confidence. I'm going to say it's 34-17 the Broncos win. And I wish I could give you some better news, but that's where I'm at as of right now. Still 6 days to go.
Well, I appreciate
Wow.
that. I appreciate
Yeah.
that, obviously.
Me too.
I just want to remind our viewers that he's contractually obliged by the
Yeah.
Broncos organization to.
Well, he's
predict-
royalty. He's Broncos royalty.
Yes.
So that is okay.
Thank you, ripped
But-
monster.
yes.
Bitch. Yeah.
Yes, Bitich.
Gonna be a
And
long year for sure.
Dr.
Do you guys
Roger.
have predictions? I'm curious what you think about the game.
Yeah,
I wanna-
mine's
I wanna hear
coming.
Dr. Ortiz. Yeah,
Mine's
go ahead.
coming.
Okay,
He's just kind of slow right now. So, okay, I have a tie for player of the game.
They're
think it's
calling
gonna-
it a tie in the game.
No. I think
Okay.
two people are going to be so great that they're going to be the player of the game. It's going to be Will Lutz and Bo. Yeah, and Bo Nix. And I'll tell you why. First of all, the Broncos are going to win, and they're going to win handedly. You're going to see probably a score of, I'm going to go with 36-7. Okay, 36-7. But the Broncos there's going to be some, this is what I'm predicting, and I'm seeing it. It's like right here in my head. I'm seeing a big long kick, 67, 68 yards. And Will Lutz is going to get it, and people are going to be cheering for him. And he's going to cry, Henry, and we're going to cry for his success. And Bo Nix is going to have the greatest game he's ever had in his life, but it's still not going to be that great. And so that's why it's going to be shared, the glory. And the Bengals will not be good, ever. And that is my horoscope.
That was powerful.
Yes.
Fiction. Now, Dr. just one question for you. How many minutes ago did you learn the name Will Lutz?
Like 5.
He does his research as we are doing the show.
Yeah.
Henry, I just want you to know.
I have the Ray-Bans with AI. Meta.
All right. Henry, you wanted to know my prediction. I'll tell you my prediction.
I do, yes.
So in general, obviously, I don't want to say we have a contract with the Bengals, but we have a lot of threatening letters that we receive.
Oh, well, did you tell him that we actually have had a top person
So
refuse
they had
to
to
do the
sign
show?
an NDA. They had to sign an NDA,
Yeah.
people who visit the Bengals, that they won't share any secrets with us. This is
Yeah.
real.
No, this is real.
Wow.
They call us the puppets. I don't
They
know
call
why.
us the puppets.
I don't know why either.
They don't
Yeah.
even say who we're puppets for. But the thing is this, okay, Henry. The thing about Bo Nix is, I do agree he's going to have his best game ever, or best game of the season easily. He's very elusive, and we have a lot of problems with.
You just learned that word
I
because Henry used it.
Well, I thought, is he not elusive? I think he can run. No.
Very elusive.
Yeah. he
Oh,
is.
okay. Because you look like you were hesitant. Because I have not seen him play. In that, we have a lot of problems with Lamar Jackson, as you know. He gives us a lot of trouble. We've tried to even draft defensive players to guard Lamar Jackson. We failed.
Yeah.
I think maybe Demetrius Knight was a good pickup. Maybe he can help. But in general, we've struggled. And I think Bo Nix is going to give us fits, even if it's not with his arm. I think he's going to get stuff moving, and he's going to make plays happen in the air because of his feet.
Okay.
And
well,
obviously,
that
Will
means-
Lutz, whatever position he plays, I agree with
in
OG.
the air because of his feet.
Yes.
All right.
So what that means is he runs around and he gets people open.
I get
He
it.
waits until they go. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's like he said, like that pass rush is going to give us a lot of problems. We've had a lot of problems. Joe Burrow's problem is that he'll try to stay in the pocket, make a big play, he'll take a big hit. Jake Browning's problem is he's like, oh, defender, I guess I got to get it out in 0.4 seconds now, and he just does not look. This man does not care.
No.
He just throws it up there and be interception. So I am predicting that the Broncos, sadly, will stomp the Cincinnati. They will absolutely stomp the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday night. And the final score would be Bengals 28, Broncos 24. That is my prediction. Yeah.
Well,
Whoa.
Yeah.
now, I know, Henry, you're wondering what I'm wondering. How is it possible, you say, for the Broncos to stomp the Bengals and still lose by 4 points? What does that even mean?
Henry, were you actually wondering? Because he never gets my predictions, but I feel like they're very clear.
Yeah, no, I was absolutely wondering. The doctor was 100% correct.
It makes no sense. Do you agree? I mean, I'm guessing like the whole time you've been on this show, you've been like, where am I? Who are these people? That's how I feel when I'm on this show.
No, I know exactly who you are. The doctor and Dario.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Henry. But, okay, so to clarify, the Cincinnati Bengals right now, they are a dumpster fire.
Right.
Okay, they are a mess.
Yeah.
And really what they need is a big win on the road in prime time where everything comes together to reinvigorate them, to give people that confidence in their coach, which they don't have, rightfully so. And that will put out this fire. And the Broncos are going to be the ones who will stomp out the fire. They're going to stomp on the fire, put it
They're
out
like
for
the
us.
firemen.
Yes.
Do you get it, Henry?
Yes.
Yes.
They're like the firemen.
So that is my prediction.
What's funny is that they will put out the fire by losing. It's
They will put
almost
out
as if
our
they're
fire,
doing
our fire.
something by failing to do it. Do you see
Well-
how much of a conundrum that is?
I feel like people use that a lot. I've heard a lot. They're going to stomp them. They got the stomp.
No, no one ever has in the history of language.
Henry,
Okay,
I
last question
apologize,
before
yeah.
you go, Henry. Last question before you go, Henry. You are absolved. You don't get the hate mail that we get from all the Bengals fan and Bengals management. Who is most to blame for the Cincinnati Bengals failures? I'll make it multiple choice. A, Zach Taylor. B, ownership, being the Brown family. And Dick Tobin, they're powerful people, they're billionaires. They will hurt you. C, Joe Burrow. D, other.
There was a D.
Other.
No, I've gotta-
You get to fill in other. It could be
It's
defense.
ownership. It's ownership. I mean, we've seen it for decades, right?
Say it.
I mean,
Say it,
kinda
'cause we
seems
feel it.
it's
We
the
feel it.
Same movie once again.
Yeah.
Whether it's it's Carson Palmer, it's Andy Dalton, now it's
That's
Joe
it.
Burrow. And Joe Burrow being the best of the bunch, the guy who
The
I
doyen.
think could still break through, but
Yeah.
it's a mess at the top. And when it's a
I
mess
agree.
at the top, and Broncos fans know this, we dealt with not having owners for a handful of years before the people with the Walmart money jumped in and decided to buy the team. And now you look 3 years later and you're no longer picking top 5 in the draft. We're talking Super Bowls. We're wrong to talk Super Bowls, but at least we're talking about them.
There you go.
Right.
You spoke
agree.
truth to power, Henry, and I'm with
agree.
you.
I
That's
love
our point of view as
Listen,
well.
Henry being on the show is very expensive. If you want to support the show so we can get more people on the show, you can go to patreon.com/sports.
Right.
DH Sports. I'm sorry.
DH Sports. That DH
DH
Sports. Yeah.
So we can afford the electricity
Right.
to bring Henry on the show.
Yes.
And we obviously
Our
Patreon-
incense budget alone, Henry, is about $24 a month.
Our patron of the week for the 8th-week running is Kyle P.
Kyle P. No one knows what P stands for, but I think it stands for perfect. Mwah! Love you, Kyle P.
But that is really all we have on this show, Henry, unless you have anything else.
I don't think so. I think you guys do a great job on this show, and I hope that I get invited back.
Oh, we would love to have you, Henry. We'd love to have you on the show. And that is all we have. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and What else, Soji? Leave what in the comments? Who is Joe Burrow fragile? Yes or no? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, is Joe Burrow fragile?
No, I don't.
Microdose of saliva.
We'll see you next time. So long, sweetie pie.